my daughter, she's my eldest. She had strokes at birth, she's just a living miracle, and I just love her. And she's been having a real hard time with seizures lately. She has them all the time, and we have tried for years now to get them back under control. We've tried every medicine, every combination of medicine. She's been to every doctor, every hospital, every expert, and we just can't find a way. And so we're down to surgery. Now, brain surgery sounds really, truly frightening because you screw up in the brain, you're done, okay? And let me just tell you what this free market healthcare system has done. In this, and tell me, as I describe this, you tell me if this is going to be available under a single-payer system like they have in England, where the leading country for innovation, us, is done. My daughter started going in for testing, and she went in for the first thing they had to do was have her have seizures with her, head wired for 7 days. They had to trip her into seizures. So they did everything they could to map where all these seizures were coming from. And it was the hardest thing to watch because she didn't have any medication in her, and she has bad seizures without medication. She has grand mal, or she has bad seizures with medication. Without medication, she has grand mal, and we had never seen those before, and it was terrifying to watch. But this hospital here in Dallas, it was remarkable, and they're watching her and monitoring her 24 hours a day. Incredible. After that, they had to map generally where they were coming from. Then you have to take the next step, and the next step is they have to do a 3D modeling of her brain. This is brand new technology. There's only one guy in all of Texas, and I think it might even be the region, that can even read these tests, okay? And they model her brain, and she goes in for, I think, 3 hours, and they said, the first part is, I want you to think of these words. Don't speak, just think of these words. Read, car, cat. And so she has to just think of them. In real time, they're watching her head light up as she's thinking about processing those words. Then they say, think about speaking these words. And then they watch that light up. Now, speak them. Now, move your hand, your right finger. Move your right hand. Move your left hand. Move your arm up and down. Move your leg. All modeling in real time. So they're seeing how she understands speech, what part of the brain processes her speaking, what part processes movement, et cetera, et cetera. And they put it in a 3D model, okay? Now they lay on top of it where her strokes are coming. Now they can laser surgery because she has scars on her brain. They can laser off if there's a scar and that's what's causing the seizure. They'll just slice that part off, but they're not sure exactly where the seizures are coming from. Is it on the scar? Is it beneath the scar? How close to one of her centers that she's using is this seizure? Is it in the middle of that thing? Because if it is, then you can't really do anything. So the next step that she has to have in the next few weeks, she's going in for, I think, 14 days, and it starts with surgery. They drill holes of some sort in her head, and they drop these sensors all throughout her head. They actually implant them into her brain, and the wires are coming out, so it's sending signals, and they will watch her in seizures for 2 weeks, and it will show exactly where the seizure is coming from. So then they pull them out, and they'll be able to know this is pinpoint exactly where that seizure is starting, what it affects, and if we can take it out. If we can't go in surgically and take it out, what we can do is we can insert pacemakers into her head that will sense any kind of seizure starting, and it will send signals out to disrupt that signal and stop her from having seizures. That's modern medicine. My private insurance that I have for the company, my private insurance, I've had to pay $5,000. One test was $50,000. One test. That was the 1 5-hour test. That wasn't the 2 weeks in the hospital. If she has this done, it will cost probably about $1 million. We'll probably pay 10 grand. That's what good private insurance does. This is what modern medicine is doing with the free market system. And it starts expensive and goes down. You know, the one thing that they don't take insurance on is laser eye surgery. Have you noticed how cheap laser eye surgery is?
And very effective, too.
And very effective. Why? Because people have to personally pay for it, and they shop it. There is simple solutions to the problems that we have with healthcare. The last thing we need to do is stop the advancement of medicine.